The Python Prophecy Part 3. The melody of peace. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, as the two villages, Akara and Obosi, engaged in delicate talks. The air was thick with tension, but also with hope. Azula's birth had brought a sense of possibility, a chance for the villages to rewrite their destiny. Chief Ike and Elder Eber met often, their discussions weaving a tapestry of trust and understanding. The villagers, too, began to shed their suspicions as they caught glimpses of the humanity in their former enemies. One day, as the sun shone brightly over the Niger Delta, a group of Akara children, Azula among them, wandered into the forest, chasing after a butterfly. They stumbled upon a group of Obosi children, laughing and playing by the river. The air was filled with the sweet songs of birds, and the children's curiosity got the better of them. The two groups of children eyed each other warily, but Azula, with his chubby little legs, toddled forward, his arms outstretched. The Obosi children, giggling, welcomed him, and soon the forest was filled with the sound of children's laughter. As the news of the children's encounter spread, the villagers began to smile. Maybe, just maybe, peace was possible. The talks between Akara and Obosi gained momentum, and soon a treaty was signed, sealing the bond between the two villages. The day of the peace celebration dawned bright, with the sun shining like a golden crown. The villagers, dressed in their finest attire, gathered at the border of the two villages. Azula, now a sturdy toddler, was perched on his father's shoulders, his little hands waving excitedly. Elder Eber and Chief Ike stood together, their faces beaming with joy as they exchanged gifts and words of peace. The villagers cheered, their voices blending in a sweet melody of jubilation. As the celebration reached its crescendo, Azula, with his chubby little hands, began to clap, his eyes shining with excitement. The villagers laughed, and the sound echoed across the land, carrying the message of peace to all who would listen. The sacred python, said to be the guardian of the prophecy, emerged from the forest, its body weaving to the rhythm of the villagers' songs. The villagers gasped in awe as the python wrapped itself around a nearby tree, its eyes glinting with approval. And so Akara and Obosi lived in harmony, their people living as one, with Azula, the child of the prophecy, as their symbol of hope. The melody of peace echoed through the land, a sweet song that would be remembered for generations to come. Years later, as Azula grew into a wise and just leader, he would look up at the moon and remember the prophecy that had brought his people together. He would smile, knowing that the legacy of peace would live on, a shining beacon in a world often shrouded in darkness. The villagers would gather around him, their eyes shining with gratitude, as they sang the song of Azula, the child who brought peace to the land, and the song would echo, a sweet melody carried on the winds of time, reminding all who heard it of the power of hope and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. The end.